Hi guys, James from DBG here, and welcome to another showcase. This time, it's more Kings of War for one of my regular clients, and as you can see, it's something a bit more interesting. We have, at the back, 3 units of samurai. These are regiments in the game. 2 units, I believe these are regiments, although they could be hordes, of Oni. Now, Oni are trolls or ogres in Japanese folklore. Down at the front, we have an Oni Chieftain or something like that. We have a human magic user. And then we have an elf focus. There you go, an elf magic user. So, as you can probably tell, come on, focus. There we go. As you can probably tell, we're on wobble cam because I really couldn't be bothered to get my tripod out. I know that's bad, but I couldn't. So I'm just going to adjust my light. We're going to have a look at some of the samurai. Now, the samurai come in focus. Okay, there we go. Samurai come in, I think it's 4 or 5 poses. Wielding their katana at different angles. The standard bearer is a specific, I think, battle standard bearer. Oh yeah, I should say these are from Titan Forge games. Well, I know the samurai definitely are. I think the Oni are. I'm not too sure about the characters at the front, but they are from Titan Forge. They've got some amazing miniatures. You need to go give them a look. I will say the resin, because these are resin, was a bit brittle. A couple of the standards broke, one of which, this one, as you'll see when we go to the next unit, there's a little extra bit on the banner pole that just refused to attach back on, and I don't have wire thin enough to pin it properly, and it just would have looked horrible, so I left it off. Then we have this unit here with some extra gubbins, a broken wall, and an ornamental lantern in the middle, which I've painted as sandstone. And all the designs on the banners are taken from authentic Japanese sashimosho, which are the back banners worn by Japanese samurai and Japanese ashigari warriors in the medieval to late Renaissance period. Probably actually right way up to what is it? 19th century. Can't remember what it is, but it's what's based on the film Last Samurai. And then we have the last one with the red banner, and if you noticed, each standard bearer has their clothing matching the banner. So the first one has black robes, the second one has, so the first one has yellow robes, the second one has black robes, the third one has red trousers to go with the red banner. We'll come down to the Oni. This one here carrying the 2 severed focus, carrying the 2 severed Oni skulls with these amazing clubs, giant katana, giant polearms. I can't remember the official name in Japanese. I do know it, I just can't remember it. Let me go over to this one. These guys have got standard bearer, these are actually really cool to paint. And down here we have the Elven Mage. I tried to tie in some of the colours, so all the magical flames are the same throughout. All the armour is the same bronze, and you can't really tell, but there's an awful lot of wet blending going on her leather cape. Then we've got the Oni Chieftain, I'm going to call him that, even though maybe not, with his Sashimosha and his flask of liquid, which is so easy to do. So easy to do. All you need to do to get that effect is you paint the flask with Hawthorn Grey, that's it, which is basically almost white. 2 thin coats, so it's nice and smooth. Then you put 2 thin coats of Cinnamon Blue glaze over the top of it, but try and make it so round the top of the flask and around the bottom of the flask it's slightly darker. Then you come back in with, I believe I used White Scar to do the reflections and things into the actual flask. And then last but not least, we have the human magic user with his flames coming out of his hands. There's an amazing mace. That is an amazing mace. He has an amazing moustache as well. And an amazing quiff. That's the only times I can use the word amazing. And again, yes, I've tied everything in with the brass colour. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. Whoa, massive focus. Damn your eyes. There you go. Yes, that's what I've been working on. Now it's time to get this lot all packed up. And what I will say, because obviously transporting this stuff is very difficult. Everything has a pin in the foot, which is drilled into the, because the bases are made up of cork matting, just like that. So that's 3 more cork matting. You just break it off, stick it onto the base with a mix of super glue and PVA. The super glue holds it instantly, and the PVA will hold it over a massive amount of time, because you can't just use PVA because it takes so long to dry. The cork actually reacts and bows back up, but the super glue pins it in place. PVA grips it and holds it firmly. Then you level it with filler, put big stones in it, then you put your grass and your tufts. Anyway, because they've all got pins in the feet, you can drill through and super glue both feet to the base. But as you can imagine, that makes the transporting things quite difficult. And I have to say, my client has done an awful lot of work thinking about this, and has actually created these. So again, we've got some good thick corkboard and some foam, and this is just the right size for the infantry regiments. And I've got, there's 3 of those obviously, and then there's a double one for the Oni, and these, they're fine, they can just be wrapped up in bubble wrap and securely transported. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get everything packed up and put back. Come on, James. Everything packed up and ready to ship to the client sometime this week. So, as usual, guys, do check out all the links in the description. Obviously, Whiteside Gaming, don't click on that link because you'll get nowhere. But with other ones, click on them if you want, click on them if you don't want, including the Patreon and Goblin Gaming and all the other stuff. And as usual, guys, thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.